And closer to the fishing life stories. You ain't catch shit.
You ever felt trapped in your vehicle before?
Well, where I endorse the products, but I don't get paid by the products. I just like this name. I just happen to like the logo. Well, I just like the. I'm sure maybe it might be. I don't know, but that's a word that we use in everyday just lingo. Well, it's where we talk about you ain't caught
Alright,
shit.
whether you're gonna come out
Fishing.
safe to come out. I just want to go fishing.
You ain't caught it.
Sunbreak.
Fishing Association.
Tomorrow should be a nice day.
What?
Calm. Storm.
Give me an endorsement.
Or the calm.
We come to a neutral.
Let me out.
Agreement.
First order of business of you ain't caught shit.
I use it.
This is what you call the Columbia River.
I appreciate it if you like it too.
You see these don't do signs? That's what you ain't catching. Me doing. Cause those all come with a fine. You don't see the fine. But just believe me, there's a fine to those. So let's get on with the fishing aspect. I intend to use this as my heavy lead training area. What do you mean by that? Big pole, steel head poles, salmon poles, steel head poles, salmon poles, and yes, it's friendly for dogs. So you gotta have some understanding of behavior, right? Look at the weather. You think I'll get in the water? This is the Columbia. It runs fast and cold. It looks very inviting and easy to launch for a kayak, depending on what type of kayak you have. Professional kayak. Cut right through that water. Paddle style. Hobie. I already did my Pro Angler 12. It's a lot of work. Stormy weather. This would be considered stormy weather. So no, I wouldn't fish this, not at this time. Probably the best fishing you'll never know. Safety's first. So what I would do, give me some practice in. Use my big pole. Use it as a bombing range, as you wanted to say. 5-ounce leads or 6-ounce leads, 4-ounce at the smallest. Get close to the shoreline. Let the people and the dogs stand behind you, not in front of you. And let that lead fly. Gets my shoulder relaxed. Builds up my ligaments. And you have from there, little mini beach, river lane, all the way down to there. This is the month of the beginning of the new year. I figure in 4 more months, when the sun is out, temperature rise, this place is going to be full of excitement. People everywhere, or more than this at least. So you get your areas figured out. So when you do come out to enjoy the water lane of fishing, I mean, this doesn't look inviting. It doesn't look like there's many fish in there neither. I've only taken out maybe 2 bass at the most. Not this far from the dock area. I caught most of mine at the dock area. Never out this far. So a strategy I would put together is what I would think of. Because those brighter days are coming. And if I want to fish this waters, to know what's in there. You're not catching fish all the time. And that's what would apply. Fishing club, fishing life. Ain't caught shit. Fishing club. What's needed to catch a fish out here though? Since you ain't caught it, that's how I say about catching it. Stay out of trouble, that's for sure. Monitor everyone that's out here when the time comes when you're throwing lead so there doesn't be any mishaps. This seems very pleasant. And just in a quick whisper, it can be very volatile. Find out what time of the day is best to come out. Early morning, midday, or even evening. To accomplish the goal of casting heavy lead. That's another subject. The line that I'm using, the braid that I'm using, yes, braid, not monofilament, will cut through your fingers. And so I had to research what could I use to help my casting to get further distance because I throw pretty hard. I'm the one who thinks the further you cast out, the better chance you have to catch a fish. Well, when you're casting 4 ounce, 5 ounce, 6 ounce lead, you tend to cut your finger. And so I have what they call a trigger that I'll be putting on those poles for the first time. That just changed my casting game altogether. I can cast 4 ounce, 5 ounce without even feeling the pressure. The spring coil, the rod loading and bending, I won't feel none of that. So yeah, casting has just improved. Columbia River.
Looking closer to the fishing life stories. You ain't catch
Well,
shit.
what we got going on right here, and what would that be? No fish catching.
But,
Another one of
where I
those
endorse the
current
products,
events.
but I don't get paid by
I
it.
ain't catching nothing right now,
Like these snakes.
but I will. Just scouting it out. We were pulling fish up out of here some years ago. Structure. At the time, there was a mound of dirt right about there. Water, it was up to this edge line, right through here. At that time. I wonder what it will look like this summer. New structure. Still can get a good casting distance. I would cast my focus casting right over here. You got this water break, or even focus my casting on the other side of these boathouses. You got these certain current breaks. Slow the water down, the fish can congregate, slow down a little bit, wait for food to drift by, or another fish, unawareing fish, to drift by and ambush. I'm sure there's some gravel out there, because this is gravel right here, real fine gravel, sand type gravel, and of course we're by the airport, so it's kind of loud. But anyway, you ain't gonna catch no fish with that noise, that's for sure. But just to get out, practice area. Seeing where the deep parts are at. And of course, you can definitely launch a kayak from right here. That's what is so inviting and very tempting. 30-pound kayak can go anywhere. Getting in is not the problem. Getting out is the goal. Not today. Rains are coming in. Still can kayak in that weather too. Unlimited. That's why I like the whitewater design kayak. Got a little bit of a chop for a whitewater kayak. I'll eat that right up. Only problem with having buoys on that type is that it doesn't have an edge anymore. The buoys cut the edge out of it, so you can't cut through the water. But of course you're gonna get brave enough to take the buoys off one day and use it like it's supposed to, just for distance run. Like if I wanted to troll from here all the way to the bridge, I wouldn't want to use my buoys. I would want to take the buoys off so I can cut through the water and keep up with pretty good speed. And that's when you got to be really proficient. You got to know all the re-entry safeties, because if you tip it over, there's no one out there that's going to come and help. So I would use this as a little training area. Learn how to roll my kayak. If it got to be that serious, if I got to be able to trust myself, and that's the key word, trust myself, to advance myself, to use a smaller design kayak in a fishing application, which would really improve my fishing. Lightweight, easy to put into the river anywhere. Something to consider. Definitely look like a training ground at least. So I can see it. People lined up, shoreline, learning how to kayak fish. Stay close to the break through here. Learn how to kayak within this area. A little meeting area for kayakers. Yeah, looks good on the outside of the water. The saying, once you enter that water, you know that's the Columbia. It is very swift, very strong. Something to think about. Looks very tempting.
Yo, what's going on? Sorry I missed your call. I've been applying myself, so I've been real busy. Got 3 things going on. Just get started, and that's the applying, that's the newspaper, and a job. And so, what's going on with my WB? What's happening? Text me, leave me a voice message. I'm resting, sleeping, but I will be coming through as soon as I get this paper.
Ain't caught shit.
And I ain't got the birthdays, and I ain't got the gifts. Uncle Swayze's still in the house. Yeah, I died last weekend. I had too much of that alcohol and something happened. Next thing you know, the ambulance was in my house.
Fishing life
2
stories.
weekends ago. Something like
Ain't
that. I
about
don't
shit.
remember anyway. But slow that drinking down. That's all I can say.
Now, the
I'll
experience
talk to you
that I
later in a
had
minute.
from the intensity contact and the short, I think it was an airflow, the way I felt then compared to, and then the interaction. Oh, boy, you're gonna mess up a beautiful moment. You coming in? Man.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Clay, I'm not feeling too good. So, I really want to use that point.
See?